What up, what up? Happy Taco Tuesday, boys and girls. Today is March 31st. This is episode 123 of Crew Talk Sports, brought to you by the one and only Pins and Aces. Check them out, guys. We'll drop an ad later here. Pins and Aces out of Arvada, Colorado. Make sure you guys tune in. Check their shit out. Buy some of their apparel. I'm rocking the hat now. Ball marker. Dante,
Nice
big golf guy. Both of us, not very good at golf. You know what we're good at? Telling y'all what needs to be fucking said about Colorado sports. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Dante, a lot of sports to take it. Let me start you from the top and out of left field here. We're going to cover, by the way, we don't have Ed. We got Dante. This is going to be a wide sports range. We got UFC, Izzy, absolutely ruining our UFC bet. Shout out to Gerald of all time. I got notes on him. Fuck him. We got soccer. It's going to be important. I'll call it soccer. Y'all know it's football. We got college basketball, men's and women's. There's a lot of shit to cover. Baseball. Shout out to the Rockies. Dante said it off cam. That potentially Luciana, my daughter's 6-year-old team. How many games would it take for them to beat them? The over-under is 5.5. They're 6 years old. They're 1-4. They're the worst team in baseball, Dante. Guess who could potentially be the second after tomorrow? The Twins. We might be in Moose Piss City. We might need to take a loan and just borrow like stock at a different team. I'm leaning Yankees, but that's our grandpa talking. So, anyways, Dante, the fellas haven't heard from you. Well, from me. I was crying Friday. You knew that. That's why I wasn't on here. Wasn't mad about the Sparty performance. They clawed back.
They did come back.
They were down 30, I think, within the first 3 minutes. So, that game was over. But I did want to say UConn beating Duke, crazy. What was your overall weekend reaction from the Sweet 16 / Elite 8? Any teams sticking out? I got the odds in front of me, but I just wanted you to did you enjoy watching these games?
I did enjoy watching them. There's Arizona slapped around Arkansas at first, and then Purdue. I mean, they look good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they're my champion I picked, but that Duke UConn game was just like, how do you let that happen at the end? I mean, I know they're gonna get the backcourt violation, whatever, but dude, you cannot be just throwing that ball around. Incredible shot by UConn. Dan Hurley, just the look on his face, dude, that was crazy. Duke,
he headbutts the ref after.
Yeah,
dude. I mean, the Dan Hurley thing, by the way, is it's kind of separate because it takes away from Mullins, who I literally tweeted. I was watching UConn play earlier in the year, and I was like, this Mullins dude is legit. The way he plays reminds me of a Knipple. Now I look at him in Charlotte. He's dominating the NBA. Smooth game, bro. He's super smooth, crispy, doesn't take bad shots. He's a smart player. He'll find his spot. He's not forcing shit up. That was obviously a force up. But honestly, when I saw the ball leave, and it's funny because we were golfing. I was like, if we were watching on the phone, if Caravan shoots it, I love it, but I would rather have Mullins shoot it. And they passed it to Mullins. Once I saw him chuck it up, I was like, 70% chance that shit's going in. Banger. Yeah. As far as Duke, what the fuck are we doing here, dude? I mean, this just goes if it was 4 years ago, dude, and Coach K was there, it would never happen. They would have drew up some plays. That's why I like college basketball, dude, is who's got the better coach? It matters. Yeah. It 100% mattered in that game because UConn fought back. Dan Hurley made his players aware, it ain't over. We're down 19. I don't care. It's not over. Claw back. Where inexperienced as coaches don't have that. That's why I'm I look at this, dude, and we'll just start straight with college basketball. I look at the odds, and, dude, I mean, convince me from not pulling the trigger on UConn plus 550. I do think Arizona's the best team. If you have Arizona ticket for the future, you're sitting pretty. I think Illinois, crazy run. You watch that team too, and you're like, it's just a bunch of European players that play defense with a freshman that's a top 10 pick, which sometimes that's all it takes, right? They got a Big Ten coach too. But Yeah, Arizona looks the deepest, the best, like the most chill in the
Honestly,
situations. But the problem is they play Michigan. So
yeah, I
like
was to say
I would love to say, oh yeah, Arizona. Who did I tell you 2 months ago? I said Michigan's the best team I've seen this year. Arizona, you know,
it,
they're right there too, dude. I mean, it's so tough between them. And the fact that they can't meet in the natty is a shame. So now you're dealing
mhm.
with I think now is where you buy stock, right? You got to buy stock. So if you want plus money on Michigan or Arizona, buy it now because in the championship game, they're going to be the winner of the game is going to be minus 220. So that's how I
Smart.
look at it. But UConn plus 550, Illinois plus 450, Arizona plus 175. Michigan's technically the favorite, 165. The Michigan Arizona game is going to be the national championship game, in my opinion. But I just think the value on UConn. I watched them beat my Spartan Dogs, but the I don't know. I mean, I was fading UConn too. Honestly, I thought that UCLA could have beat them. They blew them out, but I don't know. It's crazy. This tournament's been really, really fun. You have a 2 seed, a 3 seed, and 2 1 seeds. And the 2 1 seeds that I thought for sure would make it was Michigan and Arizona. And I
Yeah.
didn't think that Duke was going to come out, and they didn't. I thought they would lose to St. John's. Good for them. Bozo play, bad coaching, bad situation, out coached. I mean, say what you will, you know, Arizona, Michigan, dominant on their way though.
Yeah, a couple notes I had from the weekend. Great to see Iowa beat Nebraska. That was nice. Start the
I
weekend
bet you
off.
love that. Yeah.
I mean Iowa, Illinois, Michigan, Tennessee, two stinker games. Didn't even turn them off at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
That it like you said, it's disrespectful to say, but it's true. That Arizona Michigan game, that's must watch TV. That's pretty much, anything could happen, but those are your championship teams right there.
Yep.
Um, I honestly, like you said, UConn, like I was high on them, and then once the tournament started, I started backing myself off. I thought they would get out too, either to if they ended up playing St. John's possibly in this game or Duke. Even I thought before that they could have upset or something could have happened, but really the thing that's most surprising to me with UConn is just if they get in the championship game, they're definitely gonna be the underdog. But I could see them either winning it or I could see them losing to Illinois. Like you don't know what team's gonna show up. That's the thing. Like that's like Michigan, Arizona. They've been consistent all year. You know what you're gonna get. Illinois, same thing. It's like you don't really know which team's gonna show up. I don't think Illinois has a chance against Michigan or Arizona. I'd have to go back and look and see how they favored against Michigan in conference play this year, but I could tell you it wasn't great. So sucks. I've got Arizona. I'm sitting second in the Crew Talk Bracket Challenge with
Yeah.
Arizona as my winner. So
And
I'll be
there's your cousin Mia who has Michigan as the winner. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's decided whoever wins the Natty wins the bracket challenge. I don't
pretty yeah.
think anybody else could sneak in there. I wanted to real quick pour one out for Houston. Uh,
Yes.
so a couple offensive
Can't believe that.
performances. You haven't seen me since the Sweet 16 because I was crying my life away. But a couple performances I was really disappointed in was Michigan's State's first half performance against UConn. They clawed back, but starting the game 6-28 is not a good strategy. Dante, imagine like we're like, hey, this is the biggest episode of our lives. We need to deliver. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. And there's a power outage because that's basically what happened with Tom Izzo's Spartans. They clawed back because I think Izzo demanded it, and like they did, But I mean, dude, the first half of that, and then I got to talk about Houston. Houston's second half, and you could say first half too. At one point, there was 13 minutes left. They were in the 30s.
Dude, yes.
They didn't want to score. They leaned on Sharp and Flemings, and they were staring at each other like, "Who's gonna shoot? You shoot, I shoot." Nothing could go in. They didn't have any. That was my one doubt of Houston. Was sometimes they get an offensive lulls, right? I call it a lull, but 14, 15-minute lull from the second half, first half into the second half. That's crazy talk. Like,
Disappointing playing in Houston too to have a performance like that.
Yep, in Houston, man, that was like my most surprising. Duke losing to UConn, you could say that was obviously one of the most incredible shots I've seen in March Madness. They're already like labeling it right behind Leitner's at from Duke. But
Yeah, the Duke one, the play was surprising, but the overall outcome, like UConn over Duke, okay, I see it.
Yeah,
The play was shocking, but
Yeah.
the outcome, Houston.
Well, they're
I thought
also
Houston
up
was my lock of the
19,
weekend.
up
Yeah,
19. But yeah, Houston was like, this shit's in Houston. Big 12, versus Big 10, which again, you
dude, are we
got
ready to just say Houston? They can never make. They are what they are. They're not a championship level team. And
Samson could be cursed, man. It could be like everybody wants Samson to win to now we got to fade Samson. But I mean, he takes his teams far. Like, you can't, it's not like Gonzaga.
Yeah, but the
you
problem
fade
is
a
every
second
year
round.
they're a borderline number 1 seed, and have they made to the championship?
Yeah, Houston, they lost last year to Florida. Slam a drink and I'll forgive you. Best player in the tournament I've seen so far. Shout out to UAB, Lindenberg from Michigan. It's crazy that you see people talk about Darren Peterson. Debanza, by the way, totally different story. He played for an injury-ridden BYU team who could have made a run, but they're not serious. That's just BYU. But I think Debanza is my number 1 pick, but I think people are forgetting about Lindenberg. Absolute stud from Michigan. Dude, I watched him play specifically against Michigan State, and I was like, I don't think that he would be a good matchup for NBA players. Little bit older cat, so his draft value drops. But Arizona's got 2 top 10 picks. Illinois. So real quick about Illinois, then we can move on because UConn's kind of got the same squad and Dan Hurley headbutting refs, which is totally crazy. By the way, taking his jacket's falling off, Dante, and then he headbutts the ref. Like
I know.
Imagine if he would have got a technical foul and like they would have lost the game. They're not calling that. I get it. But Illinois, interesting enough, you get all this NIL money, right? And what do you do with it? You spend it on European players. Genius move. I think you'll see other schools do it next year, especially lower end schools, to potentially bring Cinderella back. So I'm okay with that. I heard like transfer portals. The 7'9" kid from Florida is committing to the transfer portal. Yeah, it's way too early to even like dive into that.
CU's freshman Isaiah Johnson, who was their best player, he's gone.
He's out. Yeah, which is crazy because that coach brings in so much talent. So it's interesting, but there's so many different stories with everybody. There's still teams playing and people are leaving, and now you don't think Calipari and Arkansas are hopping at the kid from CU and the kid from Florida,
right.
But schedules aren't even like fully released yet. But
Illinois, they did a good job because they've been a team in the past that couldn't get over that hump.
But I do think their freshman Wagler, he's a killer. He's a dog. But like, how far could a freshman guard take you against Dan Hurley's UConn? Is like what my take would be. So I saw UConn was 2.5 point dogs. I hopped all over that. But then I saw UConn plus 550, and I'm like, well, fuck it. If I'm on this, I gotta ride that. Like, right? Like, I mean, now if Illinois beat UConn, would I be shocked? No.
Has the line moved at all?
I think it's down to 1.5, but
yeah,
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It's still just Tuesday, but we'll have to touch up on Friday, but for our final picks, but crazy March Madness. 2 of the favorites coming in. I also wanted to touch up on women's college basketball real quick. Not sure how tuned in you are to this. I've been definitely a little bit dialed in. I'm sitting on a UConn ticket, which is basically free money. I mean, I saw homies won like 12 championships. He's been in 13 games from UConn. I did see Texas plus 475. I had to dabble. UCLA ran into a guy earlier today at work saying that he'd be surprised if they don't win, that they're bringing the women's UCLA basketball program to the men's back in the fucking 60s and whenever. South Carolina plus 600. I got love for Dawn Staley. So that's the Final Four. You see UConn in both. And UConn, man, just a basketball school? Is that what we're doing with that, dude? I mean, Shabazz Napier. I'm starting to think about Kemba Walker. Obviously, he was a god. Shabazz Napier did it again a couple years later. Dan Hurley won 2 straight. So UConn, bro.
They've been a basketball school. Look at their football team.
horrendous. I can't even
Shout
name a
Jim Moore.
UConn player. If someone put a gun to my head and said, name a UConn football player, I think I'd get
I'll
shot.
give you
I would.
one.
Who?
Dan Orlovsky.
Dan Orlovsky? Is that the guy who ran out of bounds for the Lions
Yeah.
and is
Yeah.
now the fucking hot take Central City
Yeah.
guy on ESPN? First
UConn's
take.
own.
Wow. Yeah, he looks like it. Anything else for college basketball? I want to kind of trim it down. I know we talked about 15, but we got picks coming this weekend. But what are you thinking for women's, men's college basketball?
Well, I'm looking at DraftKings right now, and I see Arizona plus 102. So I think I'm going to hammer that real quick. And like you said, I may as well sprinkle on the national championship bet too if I'm going to be picking them over Michigan, because I definitely think the winner is going to be, UConn plus 110 still. So, maybe a little underdog parlay, Arizona UConn. It's
so glad
plus
Trillo Betts
324.
So glad Trillo Betts doesn't place parlays. Yeah, pour one out for Sparty, man. Very sad showing in the first half. It just took us out of the game. So let's talk some other basketball first here. Then we'll switch over to hockey. I wanted to let you know.
Real quick. What up, Dak?
Oh, Dak, what's up? What's going on, bro? Nuggets, hot, Dak. We're getting into it right now. Nuggets, 6 straight wins. 1 game back of the Lakers, who we're live betting right now. Dante, I got eyes on it against the Cavs. Cavs are up 22-19. We're big Cleveland Cavalier fans right now. I was at Boots on Ground Sunday against the shitty, the Warriors, whatever team they're throwing out there. Tim Hardaway is our best shooter. I mean, I hate to talk shit, but I know you're not the biggest fan of them. They've won 6 straight. They were still down by 10 at one point, and then like Jokic had to like just start taking over. Jamal is playing his best ball, which is great because without Jokic and Jamal, it don't matter what we do with these role players. So 6 straight. It's timely. Let's get hot now. Next 5 games at Utah versus the Spurs Saturday, which is like, I might get tickets, Dante. Might get tickets. At home against Portland. At home against Memphis, if that's even an NBA team. At home against OKC. At the Spurs. We really need to try to lock in that 3 seed, which the Lakers are owning. So, Hardaway Jr., 6-man. He went to Michigan, Dak. The dude is a stud, by the way. I bet him to score 12 at even money. He did. I bet him to score 14. He did. 16. He did. 18. He did. 20. 5 paid 50. He didn't, but he had 18. So I was like, this guy is a legend. Trillo Betts loves Tim Hardaway Jr. Wanted to say real quick, the Nuggets, they could have figured it out. I'm looking at OKC. I think they're beatable. And I also think that Shea's not getting those calls anymore. And I think they're being like really like identified, like, hey, dude, you always bitch about the flops, flop, right? And I saw yesterday he shot 25 free throws, made 21 of them, and he had 40 points. Great work. More than half your points are coming from the free throw line. I'm worried about the Spurs, though, Dante. In summary, I'm interested to see how the last 2 games for the Nuggets versus the Spurs in the last 7 games go, because matchup-wise, I think we match up better against the Spurs than OKC. Call me crazy.
Yeah, it don't matter. They're not a championship team. They've won 6 in a row. 4 of those teams have losing records, including before that a loss to the Grizzlies. They were down. I thought they were going to lose to the Jazz Friday night and then start slow against Golden State. Can't do that in the playoffs. You can't be starting slow against these good teams. Like this, even the Spurs was a couple weeks ago where Denver had 20-point comeback in the 4th quarter against the Spurs. So, like that stuff that's not going to happen.
Did we beat the Spurs? I can't remember. Did we beat
them?
Yeah.
But, you can't be doing that in the playoffs against the Thunder and these teams where you're getting slow starts. You're down 10, 15 points. So, I don't know. I got to see it when it matters. I got no doubts in Jokic. And
so I don't mind. You're buying a Jamal Murray jersey if they win 10 straight? Is that what we're hearing? They're at 6 straight. Dante's so disrespectful. Tell him, Dak. Tell him. He's a hater. He's been a hater all year. At least he's consistent. He's consistent. Now, his
Congrats,
stats
you beat 4 teams with losing records.
his stats are
Hang the
irrelevant.
banner.
His stats are irrelevant. Sometimes you got to take care of business, Dante. And we rested Aaron Gordon against the Warriors. So Watson is back. We are a fully healthy Nugget unit. Cam Johnson's back. It's time to go. We're getting hot. We won 6 straight. Dante, start being positive. All right. Now's the time to jump on the bandwagon. I promise you,
right.
Gerald has space for you. Yeah, no, I'm all in on the Nugs. I've seen enough. Home court. We're not a very good home court team, by the way. I think we've won the most road games that we've ever won.
Yeah, low key, you've been going to the boots on ground like what? Couple
Yeah,
games last week.
I go often when it matters. We've won both games I've been. I
When
think
it
he's a
matters.
Lakers fan. Dak, don't think. No, Lakers are up, by the way. He definitely live bet the Lakers too, Dak. You know he did.
I'm on
Even
the
though
Cavs.
he said Cavs, but he's like, haha, told you Nuggets. Next, talking about another Colorado team, man. Avs.
Yeah, that's a
looking
team to be
good.
all in on.
Avs dogs. Nekas goal.
9
McKinnon.
goals.
McKinnon. Nekas. Avs 1.5 from the over. I've told you guys for weeks to start betting this shit. It's hitting. I'm kicking Dante off the bandwagon. He tries to climb on. Dak, tell him. Wait till he starts getting Avs shit too. This Pins and Aces hat, by the way, Avalanche colors, boys. Avalanche colors. And plus, custom made brown bear eating rainbow trout. You love to see it, Dante. Sticks right there. Pins and Aces, man.
That's
Shout
sweet.
out to them. But yeah, no, Avs are looking fucking great. We got 108 points. I saw Dallas has 100 points. Everybody's freaking out about Dallas and the Wild. Dallas, by the way, has 75 games. We got 73 games. So we got 2 more games to get more points. We're 5 of 6, 5 out of 6. Dallas in a little cold streak, Dante. 6
Dallas
of the
is-
last 7.
Yeah.
We've lost 6 of the last 7. You know, I'm pretty sure we've secured. I don't want to talk too soon, Dante. God damn it. We're live. But you know, I think the Avs cruise to the 1 seed, which is imperative because Wild, Dallas, give us the winner of them. I see that being an ugly, gritty 7-game series.
Yes.
And I think we'll take the remainder and we should cruise. I think the Avs getting to the cup is inevitable. Kadri 2 goals yesterday too, by the way. Now he's like, you could say like, oh, it might take him a little bit of time. Nope, it's fucking time to roll. So Avs are looking free as fuck. Convince me otherwise.
Oh, I'm all in on the Avs. That's a team that they're all in. They're playing great hockey. We play Dallas Saturday, so that'll be a good one. Need to win there. Avs actually have a few tough games to end the season too. We got Edmonton another time, the Oilers, which is always a good one with McDavid. We play the Blues a couple games back to back, Calgary and Seattle. So nice little stretch for the Avs. They're looking great. You know, if they can stay healthy and just keep doing what they're doing, like you said, how can you not put a future on them? I mean, they're 49-14. That's insane.
Yeah, I think it's the best Avs season. I could get shredded. I'm looking at futures right now. Avs to win the cup plus 280. Losing crazy value. But what if we parlay it, Dante? What if we parlay it? I think Gerald has a parlay, by the way, lurking. Nuggets Avs plus 3,700. God, the streets would be crazy. You know what would be even more crazy is you'd be crazy. You'd be even more crazier because you'd be like, oh no, I can't believe the Nuggets won. I was rooting for the Knicks.
Let me just tell you a little fact, all right? I've got 2 kids. Each one was born a year a Colorado sports team wins a championship. Kid number 3 is coming this year. So Avs, Nuggets, Broncos.
Avs.
Someone's winning a championship this year.
Rapids.
Rockies.
I was going to say, I'll tell you who it won't be. The USA men's team.
Yeah.
As we switch gears over to soccer. Like we said, we're covering a lot of sports here tonight. Dante, I'll let you know, nobody knows more soccer on this podcast than me. Not claiming that I know a lot, but I know enough. The USA men's team it's disrespectful their last two performances. I get Portugal's a good team. They lose 2-0 tonight. They lost
Alderweireld.
they lost 2-5 to Belgium earlier in the week. We got Pulisic, sure. The one thing I will say about USA is our group stage is criminal. We're in the easiest group stage in the whole entire World Cup. Dante, if we don't advance out of the group cup, I don't want to see another fucking American soccer player for this team ever again. By the way, the kits are sexy. Soccer, the kits means jerseys. The soccer
With the
jerseys are
striped
sexy.
ones?
Yeah, they're super sexy. They did very well there from the marketing aspect. Now I need operations to deliver. Operations meaning boots on ground, as in, what the fuck are we doing? Belgium 2-5, I get it. Portugal 0-2, what are we doing here? These are two group winning teams. At least tie one of them. Mexico played Portugal. Mexico played Belgium. They tied 1-1. They play Portugal. They tie 0-0. Are we better than Mexico? Yes. So
Are
I
we?
thought.
Are we?
So I thought. Trillo ramp at the minute. USA has Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey in the World Cup group stage. I don't think we beat them. I think we lose to one of these teams. And if you
Plus
lose to one of
140
them,
to advance from our group.
I don't think we do it. I don't think so. I think Australia ties us or beats us. I think
Australia plus
Paraguay.
700.
I think Paraguay plays us tough, out physicals us. I think they draw us too. I think USA could be draw, and then playing Turkey for a win. And I think Turkey will be like, no. I think there's a chance that they don't win a game. I think they
Believe
draw.
believe
And
it or
I'm
not,
serious.
I did watch a little soccer this weekend. There was the women's, the Denver. What is it? The United. What's the
63,000 at Mile High Stadium. They set a record.
That was pretty cool. Dude,
That's
USA
cool.
soccer is so disappointing because every cycle, 4 years, we fire, 8 years, we fire the coach. We say, oh, we're recommitting, we're reinvesting in men's soccer in the United States. And then we come out with the same.
We got a legendary coach, Pochettino. We got the same bozo frauds up front. We got no legit striker. We have Pulisic, and we're like, hey, go win this whole fucking thing for us. I just remember watching this England game, the last World Cup, we tie 0-0, and I'm like, that was a great performance. What have we done from there? We've gotten worse. And we've gotten younger, and I don't think we got the experience. We got no dogs out there. I'm hoping McKenzie. I mean, we have people playing overseas, which everybody used to bitch like, oh man, when we had we had Landon Donovan, we had Dempsey. We're like, oh, these guys don't play overseas. Only Dempsey did for like 2 years, but we still beat Portugal. Like we made it to the quarterfinals. That was the best push in the history of USA soccer. And we lost to a Belgium team in extra time because of Romelu Lukaku, who's a legend. But I'm saying, like, we're not there. We don't got at least Donovan and Dempsey with dogs. We don't got no dogs, man. So what I want to tell you is the live odds for the World Cup to win it. Spain plus 450. England second plus 600. I'll let you know right now. It's not coming home. You don't have to worry about that. Don't bet on England. Trillo bets knows ball. France plus 650, the best value in my opinion. Argentina plus 800, really good squad, but I think they're going to be dick riding Messi too much, and I think like some of the younger players are going to start bitching. Portugal plus 1200, really good value there too. I saw. Plus, this is Ronaldo's last year to get a World Cup, and he's 48. So if they don't do it now, in 4 years, he's going to come back, and they're going to like have to play him again because he just owns that country. Another fun one, Mexico plus 6,000. There's no way, but find some way for them to advance. Another weak group. But I gotta be, I'm like you on the Nuggets, man. I want to wear my I've been to USA games, been to a couple. And I'm just leaning back to the energy of the Mexico game that I went to. And Dante, we both got some Mexican in us. I might have to put on the fucking the green, baby, and ride it. But and I'm also pissed Italy didn't make the World Cup, which is a whole nother thing. And that makes me want to fucking jump off a bridge.
Wait, so what were they playing in today?
This was the playing game. So you play for years.
Oh, so
qualify for the
because they
World Cup.
lost today, they didn't make it?
Yeah, but a lot of really good teams like England and Spain just win the first 4 games, then you're in. But Italy never sends their studs. They send the Dantes, the Trilobets, they send the Evan Cars. And then they're like, oh, well, when it comes down to it, we'll win. They lose to Bosnia Herzegovina. A kid gets a red card because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And they lose. They lost in penalties. And they made 1 out of 5. It was embarrassing. It was like horrible. One of the some of the
That's
best
horrible for
some
the
of the
heritage.
best players in the world play for Italy. One of the best goaltenders in the world. Probably the best. The most expensive goaltender in the world. I'll say it. Donnarumma plays for the Italian national side. He's not going to be in the World Cup. He actually hasn't been in the World Cup because they've had Buffon. So in 2014, he was too young. Buffon, legend, World Cup winner. Italy is a major problem too. I'm just saying, 2 of my favorite international countries that I can legitimately like have ties to, I don't have no faith in them. One of them's out of the World Cup. The other one's, I'm calling them. I don't think they advance in the group stage. I want to see something. They have 2 more international friendly. One of them is against Germany. We know how they play. So I need to see more. I think Pochettino is a good coach. You talked about it. We're always replacing coaches. This is one of the better ones. I do like him. I hated fucking Bradley. I hated him more than anybody in the world. So I'm okay with this hire. He needed to see this because everybody needed to see it. It isn't good enough. It's not even close enough. Australia, you think like, oh, they're a bunch of frauds. They're better. They'll beat us. Turkey, they bang around with those European teams and they lose to them, but at least they know. And Paraguay, come on, they got nothing to lose, you know. So little worried. Might be time to get the green, red, and white out, bud.
Okay, excuse my American football ignorance here.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is the argument that, you know, our best athletes are playing football and basketball, and, you know, I know we talked about there's online going around, you know, if the freaking Savannah Bananas played the Rockies or the Broncos played the Rockies, could they win a game? The answer is no. But if you said, all right, World Cup, when's the next one? 4 years?
Yeah.
We're going to roll out our best American athletes. I'm talking go get dudes from the NFL. Do you think that's the problem? Is like, what's the problem?
No, I think it's just skill.
Do you think there's some athletes out there that like they grew up wanting to play football and other sports and they don't ever go the soccer route?
No, I think it's just skill. Yes. I think it's skill. I mean,
like if they're like LeBron from day one, bro, you're gonna be a soccer player.
I don't think it would have worked, man. I mean, you don't see LeBron's doing really well in soccer. You don't see a 6'9" kid that can run. You know, I mean,
too big. We're too big to play soccer.
Just for example, Waddle, right? Like freakishly fast. What's he running? A 4.4 40. He's 6'5". Like you don't even see that. And I'm not saying that you couldn't and like nobody would want him to win, but you got to have such great technique at your feet. Ocho Cinco never played. I mean, he played professionally, right?
Yeah.
But no, I think there's a different. It's a totally different aspect of. It's a different sport. It's also like, I don't know. It's tough because for countries, we don't take it serious, but we try to, right? But not everybody does. And I think where they really fucked up was the Gold Cup when they let Mexico win it because they were like, oh, well, we're just going to wait for the World Cup. We're going to wait for the World Cup.
Right.
And a lot of these former USA players were saying, like Dempsey, Donovan, they were like, hey, man, that's pussy shit. We used to do it all the time. Oh, yeah, but my quad's a little sore and I got to play for AC Milan, Pulisic, right? And he's our best player. He's our golden boy, right? And it's like, yeah, but we used to play with injuries. And they're like, well, I'm not going to play with an injury.
Right.
And it's like, that's like the thing. And it's the anti-American shit that you don't like. Not anti-American, but just like, they're not with it. They're not hockey. It's not hockey. That's what I'm telling you. Like, we're not skill matchup wise level up with Canada, but at the same time, maximum effort and patriotism might have got us over that hump, right? Soccer, complete opposite. When you're playing fucking Paraguay, you don't think that motherfucker that plays in the 3rd league in fucking Spain cares more about that game than the biggest game of your entire life? No, that's the biggest game of his life. And I think a lot of people think like playing against the Americans as a target on your back, right? And it's like, oh fuck, we really want to beat these guys. You saw
Oh
Belgium
yeah.
5-2. When somebody scores 5 against you in soccer, by the way, it's like putting 50 up in football, and it's like
Well,
putting
disrespectful.
it's 140 up. Yeah, after I get it was 5-2, but 5 is a number that should never be reached, especially for the
I
Americans.
will say is I love like so I was thinking actually about it the other day. Soccer, there's like their European system where you got like the Champions League, they got their Premier Leagues, all that stuff. Like, I think it's a really cool system, and I wish like I understand why soccer fans get so invested because it's like you get to see your team against other teams in their country, but then you get to see them against the best teams in the world. I love
Yeah.
how they do that, and then you get to see your favorite guys play for their national team. So I can see how you get so
Or your most
invested.
hated guys, right? So
Or
like
yeah, or
imagine a world where it's like, all right, the United States, like football is very common everywhere else,
like
right?
I was
And
thinking
then
like
we're
with the
rooting for
UFL,
we're waiting, yeah, but we're rooting for Mahomes. We know we have
right?
Sertan, so we like love Sertan the most, but now he's an American. We get his jerseys,
Right.
right? So it's I love how baseball's getting that way, right? And then
Yes,
hockey,
hockey.
and like I just think American football is it's just not over. It is overseas and it's in Australia too, right? But
Well,
like,
and the
come on.
relegation's crazy too, because imagine if you're like, sorry, Raiders, you fucking suck. Come on up, Birmingham Stallions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that means
Oh
more too
yeah.
because these
That's
teams
what you want.
can't
Yeah.
take that. I mean,
Well, they don't have
honestly, they've got
drafts.
a great system.
They don't have drafts. The MLS does have a draft, which is like its own entity out here.
MLS sucks. That's
I
when
don't
all
know.
the washed up stars go to collect their last few paychecks and sell tickets. And
Yeah,
dude,
but
the Rapids,
it's the best that we got. And
it's
yeah,
minor
no.
league baseball.
But I do agree with relegation because it makes it a fucking if you're a bad team, you're not like, "Hey, let's get worse." You're like, "Oh my god, dude, we're
Yeah.
going to all get our paychecks deducted. The coach getting fired, the owner's selling." Like it's like really bad to be relegated. And then if you look at the positive side, look at like Wrexham FC. I'm not sure if you ever watched that show with
Oh
your
yeah.
boy Brad
Ryan
Bradley,
Reynolds.
yeah, Ryan Reynolds. I was gonna say Bradley Cooper, but yeah, Ryan Reynolds. They're promoting themselves. So, like, if you promote yourself from one league to the other, eventually the goal is the Premier League. And then obviously the goal is like Premier League Championship. And if you can't win that, you have something called the FA Cup, which is teams of all of England playing in the FA Cup. And then you also have the Carabao Cup, which is more England teams. I think they add like really lower tier leagues. So like imagine like Mountain Range High School somehow beating the Buffalo Bills. It happens though, because a lot of those
Right.
top teams are like, fuck it, throw the D squad in. Don't throw the B squad in because we don't want any of them to get hurt. So like it happens. And then you have the Champions League, which is the best teams in Europe. But in
Right.
order to qualify for that, you got to be top 4, right? So once you start getting at that upper echelon, once you leave it, it's really hard to get like back up there. Like Tottenham, for example, they just fired their coach, one of the biggest clubs in the world, Tottenham Hotspurs. They were on the relegation point, and they're like scrapping to not be relegated because they're the ones that built that stadium. Oh my God, what's the stadium called? Where the Broncos played the Jets. Oh my God. Anyways, one of the newest stadiums,
With the
best,
grass. Is that the one where
most
the grass
advanced
goes in and
stadiums
out?
in the world. Yeah. Fuck. Somebody help me out. But um, yeah. So like, imagine if that team gets relegated. I mean, my God, it would be catastrophic, bro, because you're the most expensive stadium, arguably in London, in the world. And
It's called Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, perfect. They all
Should be
got
nice.
different names, man. Liverpool Stadium, Anfield. That's my squad. Liverpool, PSG. But yeah, hey, I don't mind a little.
How's my squad Juventus looking?
Juve's doing okay. I think they're leading I think they're second or third in the Italian side. But like in the World Cup, right? So a lot of Italian players play for Juventus out. You're
Yeah,
not
that's
seeing them.
disappointing. I was gonna hop on the Italy bandwagon, so this is the
Of
first I'm hearing
course.
of this. I'm devastated. Devastated.
Yeah, it's catastrophic. I
Did it
would love
literally
to.
come down to the game today? Like that was the difference?
Yep. Came down to
Ah,
the game today. Juventus is top 5. So Not too good of a season for them. There's still some time left, but
Shout out Ted Lasso, one of my favorite shows.
they play in 10 days. I'll have once we get closer to it, I'll have some goal scoring propositions for you guys. I love France just because I think their B team is better than 80% of the teams that are going in. So like depth, right? And they have the best player in the world, Mbappe, and they have Dembele, who's my favorite player in the world, and the rest of the squad is just elite. And then
I,
like if one of them gets hurt, honestly, the guy coming off the bench is arguably better. So it's just like there's no other team. I think you look at Spain, they're young. I think Spain's the most gifted. England, there's just no fucking way. They can't do it. They're like
it's
allergic to
not
it.
coming
Like
home. It's
they're
not
the
coming.
Chargers. They're the Chargers, right? If I could compare Argentina, I think that they're kind of fucked up right now because of Messi, and they like want he had already won one, right? So like the stakes aren't as high. I like fuck you. I like Mexico. I'm throwing money on them. I think their path is easy to get out of the group stage, and I think that they played the last two international friendlies really good. And if they get to penalties, God knows what could happen. But I think Portugal plus 1200 and France plus 650, the best bang for buck, in my opinion.
I remember last World Cup, Mbappe had his like coming out party.
Oh yeah.
Who's the young stud that's going to make a name for themselves this tournament that I need to learn?
So Sweden just advanced um today, and the kid scored a goal. His name's Gaiokis. Absolute
Sweden
unit. Sweden. But the problem is like I don't think they're good enough to really like advance
plus
far.
8,000 to win it all.
Sweden?
Yeah,
Yeah. If you're looking for a team on a young, okay. So a young player on a good team who's going to score a lot of goals, got to go to Germany. What the fuck is the kid's name? I don't know. I'll have this. I'll have it. I'll have it ready to
okay,
go. But
okay.
young talents, Dembele from France is going to thrive. USA Pulisic is going to be the captain. You'll hear about him. Raul Jimenez from Mexico. Canadians have a couple dogs too. Alfonso Davies is one of the fastest players in the world. There's rumors that he could run a 4.340. So he's fun
Wow.
to watch up
Who's
north,
he play for?
Canada.
Oh wow, jeez.
Harry Kane from England. He's an old school guy. He's going to score goals. He always fucks up when you need him most. Spain, I guess you would lean Spain. The answer to your question would be Yamal from Spain. Yamal.
Okay.
That's who like. But I mean, you don't see a lot of Mbappe's. Yamal would be the guy though from Spain. If you wanted a dog from a good team, Yamal. Portugal, don't give me Ronaldo, bro. He still is the free kick legend. Uh, it's just shitty, man. I mean, it's so shitty. Italy didn't make it, dude. There's a lot of really good teams, really good players playing for them, but they're not going. So, last thing I want to cover real quick before we finish this up, or do you have anything else for soccer? I know you love.
I'm good. That's my soccer talk for the year.
Nice, great. We'll bring it up in a couple weeks. 72 days too, by the way.
I'm excited for the
until
World Cup. Obviously, I'll be going for USA, obviously, but I will find a backup squad. I'm gonna ride
Mexico.
with maybe the
Mexico.
Netherlands.
Netherlands got some dogs, bro. I
Yeah.
like Netherlands too. Netherlands knocked out USA last World Cup in an absolute shit show of a game. Love the over in
I
those
like their
types of
kits
matchups.
usually.
Yeah, the orange.
Yeah, the orange. Yeah.
Yeah, they're orange. Yeah. Let's talk baseball real quick. So I bet every day. I can't bet home run parlays, but that's for the better because I've used the Fanatics app where you bet the homie to hit the longest home run,
Mm.
and you just got to bet 5 on it. So every day I bet Buxton. Today I bet Aaron Judge. I'm 0 for 5. And because Judge hasn't hit one yet, I will consider that he won't. But I haven't gotten into baseball yet. I lost on Skeens early. I think everybody did, which is funny because it's like we got to start looking at this shit differently. I did see the Rockies are the worst team, the Twins are the second worst team.
I've had eyes on every Rockies game. I've watched actually like almost all of it. They get swept by the Marlins, 0-3. First team ever in history of baseball to lose their first 3 games, start 0-3, and lose each game by 1 run. So I guess
Yeah.
technically that's an improvement. They go for Miami next day. They're playing in Toronto last night. The plane has issues. They don't land in Toronto till 2:30 a.m. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, Toronto just swept the A's. Block of the century. Rockies didn't even get any sleep. Boom, Rockies win 14-3 last night."
Yep,
Uh,
I saw
and then they
that.
come out today and they same thing, can't get a hit. They score, I think, what was it, maybe 2
1 run.
runs,
They
1 run
lost 5 to
tonight.
1.
Yeah,
Yep.
they were it was 1-2 or 3, and then it just got out of hand. They kept the reliever threw almost 50 pitches. I was like, what are we doing? But yeah, that's the Rockies. I don't know. I'm kind of excited for some baseball this year. And the Rockies suck, but they could suck and lose 100 games, and that'd be an improvement. So I watched. I don't know if you saw the Netflix game with the Giants and the Yankees. I watched that. I really like
7-0.
Yeah, I really like that Giants manager, but I hate the Giants. He was the coach at Tennessee College World Series,
Mhm.
and the Yankees, they looking great. Everyone but Judge. I mean, Judge has been. I'm not a very big Judge fan. I'll never forgive him for his all-time horrible choke job in the WBC this year. He was 0 for 4. He's 0 for 4 tonight. He's batting 150 this year. That's just not good enough.
Yeah, no, I bet him to hit a home run today because I'm like, baseball's also like flunks, like eventually you'll
100%.
get out of it.
100%.
So real quick on the Giants GM, I read about this.
Buster?
Yeah, it was a crazy hire, by the way. A lot of people thought that other individuals deserved a better chance for the Giants, San Francisco's
For the
manager's
GM
hire.
or the
Yeah,
coach?
was
Manager.
Because
Because their GM is Buster Posey, the catcher.
right.
And
No,
then he
yeah,
hired
yeah. Then the
manager.
the manager, yeah. The first 4 games, they scored 3 runs. A lot of people were writing them
Right.
off. They got swept by the Yankees. They did beat the Padres. They're up 8-3 against the Padres now.
Yep.
I like those types of hires personally,
Oh yeah. Rocky
just to
should
switch
hire
some
him.
shit up. Yeah. Why not? Why would we
We brought
not?
our guy back from last year. That's all
I
right.
want the Coastal Carolina kid for the Twins personally. I mean, like, I don't even care who it is. They always bring a top 10 team into the baseball playoffs. So I'm with that. But it's still too early to really like
Twins 1-3.
Twins 1-3. Horrible
Orioles are
baseball
good
team.
though. I like the Orioles this year.
I don't think
Pete
the
Alonso's
Twins.
there.
I don't think the Twins offense has been firing either, to be honest. I don't mind a team that loses 8-9, but the Twins, I knew their offense was going to be a problem. They lose 1-2, they lose 4-1, 6-8, 1-3.
I mean,
so they've scored 1 run in 3 games. So you hate
the,
to see
the
that.
Twins,
Good
honestly,
under team.
they kind of did the same thing the Rockies did a couple when the Rockies like had
Don't
we had
don't
we had Nolan,
don't compare my
Charlie.
Twins to the
No. I'm just
fucking-
saying the Rockies like did at one point in 2017, 18, like they made a good investment. We signed some free agents. And it didn't work out. Twins did the same thing. They've been spending money. It just hasn't necessarily worked out. And then last year they decided to just sell everything and start over. So
Twins got to
and
sell.
also, can we talk about? I don't know if you've seen this, but the all-time jersey downgrade they've done this season, dude. The Twins used to have the cleanest, some of the best jerseys in all baseball. And they're going with this new minimalistic. It sucks. It sucks.
A lot of people have been saying that too. I'm glad you brought that up. I disagree with it as well. Twins 2 games back. Rockies eliminated from the playoffs. Just a quick update there for AL and NL standings. Surprise team in the league so far. Miami Marlins 4-1. Oh wait, guess who they played?
Yeah.
Oh, the shitty Rockies. Yep, need a Judge home run tonight. I'll be ripping bets here pretty soon. I got a spreadsheet dialed up. College basketball spreadsheet paneled out. It was a winner of +10. For those of you not taking notes, that would have been up. If you would have bet $10, you'd be up about $80, $90.
Technically, Rockies second in the division.
Rockies worst team
everyone's
history of
1-4, 1-3.
I saw the Rockies haven't had a winning record in over 130 days.
No, 1,038 days.
Oh my god, it is 1,000. It is 1,000.
Yeah, since 23.
That's
in
right.
since April of 2023.
Yep. Luciana was still talking like goo goo gaga at that point. So, and that's probably how Evan's talking right now. Last sport that we'll bring up before we
Two more.
summarize this, we got two more sports. Wanted to tell you about UFC and the biggest fade in the history of the UFC delivered again. Israel Adesanya drops 4 straight after potentially one of the best knockouts I've ever seen when he knocked out Alex Pereira. It was the craziest fight. I was up in Grand Lake. It was absolute scenes seeing him play rope a dope, get lucky, hit him after he got knocked out by Pereira. Um, Looked horrible, horrendous. People said he won the first round. Sure, say whatever you want to get him back in there. The next time he fights, I'll be putting $1,000 on whoever it is. I don't give a fuck if it's at Vinyls. Uh, it, have you seen a falling off? Like a fall? Like people talk about Conor McGregor's fall off. Not really. He just don't fight. He just does cocaine and goes into like the Maldives with his yacht. It's not a fall off. Izzy, man, just the scenes were there. The what, and I'll be honest. The fight before and the fight before was literally the same thing. Where it's like he don't look bad. He still got boom. Fight's over. Okay, see you later.
You know, the Rockies have had a winning record since April 2023. That was also Izzy's last win, April 2023. Crazy, bro. And I'm with you. Every time I'm like, oh, this is the bounce back fight.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck is Joe Pyfer? This is it. Although, I mean, Pyfer's pretty good.
Pyfer's I mean, he's okay. He's up and coming, but the fact that you're getting like out grappled by Joe Pyfer, like it just goes to show you, like if
dude,
like Chimaev would to get your hands on you, like Strickland didn't even take him down at all. I remember watching that fight.
Strickland,
and I was like,
as a one,
yeah, Strickland fucked him up for 5 rounds straight, and it's sad to see Izzy go down. I was thinking about it. I was going to tweet about it Saturday night, but I know a lot of people are going to hate me for this. Izzy's title run and title defendants was against a lot of people that never grappled. Like even Kevin Gastelum, great wrestler, he never makes weight. He'll fight in 2 weeks and still not make weight, and then somehow fight again and not make weight. But Silva, he fought Anderson Silva when he was 48 years old. He fought Alex Pereira, which is great, but once he knocked him out, he ran away from him. And he fought Vettori. I just don't think these guys were like in a very easy title contending run. And I think like his losses, a lot of people talk about Russell Wilson, like, oh, could you name somebody that's taken himself out of the Hall of Fame? I'm not discrediting what you like Izzy did, but like, do you really think that what he did was that good? If you look back and see the people he fought and how he won, I'm just saying, great striker, but was he that good? It's MMA, it's UFC. He's just a striker. He's a kickboxer. And when people ever try to ground and pound him, he loses. He's lost 4 straight. Hang him up. Hang him up.
I mean, you fight who Dan tells you to fight, But you're right. He might want to just hang it up before it gets even worse.
I did see he dropped 5 spots in the standings, so he's still going to fight. He said he wasn't over yet. Could he make a title push?
How old is he?
36 now.
I mean, bro, 36.
Could he make a title push? Yeah, of course he can. The next time he fights, he's not going to because he's going to get fucking knocked out again. I don't know what happened. There's something up. Maybe he's got money. I don't care. Good for him. He was a champion. He won a couple fights. Great for him. People are going to remember him as the style bender. I'll remember him as the style bend over and lose, because he's fucked me 4 times. So, horrible performance too. I did want to highlight too the chick fight. I don't think I've ever seen a more gruesome finish, and I thought somebody died in the ring, dude. When you get knocked out and then choked out within 8 seconds,
knocked out,
and the speed
hit again too, and then choked out, bro. And then it's it's always bad when they're trying to fight the ref because they don't even know where they're at. You know what I mean? And
Dude, I was just pumped that she was actually moving around, and then she laid down, and then she's staring,
yeah,
and I'm
and
like, ooh.
we're all big Macy Barber fans.
Yep,
So
we root for Macy Barber. Alex Grasso is a problem. Next time I already told Gerald. Next time she fights, we bet. Gerald went 0 for 5 again this weekend. He's wondering what he could do to get a pins and aces hat. Dante, I want you take a minute here, and we can go ahead and play the clip.
yeah, well, I'm getting that pulled up. My lock
Gotcha.
of the UFC card was Terrence McKinney.
Hey, shout out to Pins and Aces. We'll get that dialed in here soon. I know Jamie's working his ass off, right, Dante? To figure that out. No, real talk. Pins and Aces delivers. Use Crew Talk at your checkout for 20% off. Man, elite hats. I actually stopped by the store, Dante, and dude, they're ready to roll. They got 3 storage containers worth of product. Start ripping them. I already showed you all the ball marker, right? Sticks to the hat. We got hats coming up to Wyoming for Dante. But no,
Once
yeah,
our courses open up here, they're still closed.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, we golfed recently, and it was a little chilly. I'll say, my Trilobet's hands getting a little chilly. Couldn't rip any parlays, but yeah. Shout out to Pins and Aces, our newest affiliate, and our best affiliate. Let's go, Dante. What do you got?
Yeah, I was just saying Terrence McKinney was my lock of the card. Did you see his knockout round 1?
Mm-mm.
It was nice. He knocked out Kyle Nelson. He's that Canadian with the freaking mustache. That was a good one. Do you know who that Chase Hooper is?
Yeah,
he was on the prelims. He lost to he's another one that
yeah, he's a fade too. So
these dudes start out strong against nobodies, and then they fight someone real and they get their ass.
Chase Hooper is really like a grappler. He's a really long guy, and he never wins big fights. Yeah. He always gets like bozos, and he beats them, and he like puts them in like crazy, guillotines, or like put them in like crazy crucifixes. But then when he fights anybody with like an intelligence, they just like destroy him. Yeah. And he has a different body. Like he's big for his weight lengthwise. But like when it comes down to like ground and pound, like he just cannot. It's just like me wrestling against like Jordan. They're just like they just can't do it. Can't do it.
So let me tell you about my I think it was my Sunday. Rockies lose on a walk-off by 1 run.
Love it.
Had the Rockies. Duke, obviously we know what happened with them. Had Duke. NASCAR. I had Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin led 280 laps. And then last pit stop of the day, pit crew doesn't get the tire on all the way. He ended up finishing second to Chase Elliott because he's driving around with.
Oh, Chase Elliott though.
Chase Elliott won. Great strategy call. He was not the fastest car, wasn't up there. Crew chief kept him out. Made a little run. Had a little bit when the kids are fighting, Denny drove Blaney into the wall. Don't like to see that. Those are my 2 guys. Bro, Kyle Busch, I shit you not, he's out there running 34th, like legitimately. It is so bad. Like he's in the car, pissed off. He's giving 1-word interviews. Good race at Martinsville though.
Team's not good.
Yeah, just nothing's good about it. He might quit, honestly. But
really?
Off weekend for Easter, so no NASCAR this Sunday. But it was a good race this last weekend at Martinsville.
No NASCAR. You do have UFC. Rocky Marciano plus 155 against Chris Duncan, the Scotland, minus 185. The cross-eyed bitch from Brazil. Evan will know who I'm talking about.
We pulled her up last time she fought. Hilarious.
It's his favorite fighter. Minus 115. Other than that, I haven't done too much research, but I already know that Evan's dropping units. Buzzball bets of the week will be coming back this Friday. Trilla bets sometimes just has to sweat out his Michigan State future, and it was shitty. Houston, Michigan State. I'd be sitting pretty right now if I had Houston in our bracket challenge too. I'd be obliterating you guys. I did the best in terms of Sweet 16 finalists. Just want to let you guys know. But sometimes you just can't win them all. College basketball up 10 units. Baseball trickling in.
You better be rooting for Michigan, because if Arizona wins it, you won't hear me. You won't hear the end of it from me.
Well, it's like, who do I want to root for? Michigan or fucking Arizona? Like Dante or Mia? And I'm like, oh my God, Illinois. Give me Illinois.
Yeah.
That's what I'm moving for. Now, give me UConn plus 650, 550. Cleveland down 13. Dante, you are on an all-time cold streak. We'll get back. We'll bounce back. Other than that, we'll see you guys Friday for episode 124. We'll bring Ed back on. We'll talk a little bit more NFL. I wanted to take a break from that just because there's a lot of different sports shit going on. Ev's our guy. Other than that, you guys have a great rest of your night. Dante, have a great rest of your midweek. We'll see you Friday.
Deuces.
Deuces.